Welcome everyone to our Yin Yoga class. My name is Tammy and I'll be guiding you through the next hour. Our theme for our class is flexibility, improve flexibility. Improving our flexibility is for our body and mind. Our mind, it improves our state of being, thinking of positive thoughts as we open up our body. It really does help. And then for our body, improving mobility, helping us with our balance, reducing the risk of injury. That's always a big one too. And balance as we do things around the house and we're moving around and our alignment gets off, coming back to opening up through our body, it'll help improve our balance. Beginning then in dragonfly. Dragonfly, turning towards the front of the mat. It is a V-sit. So sitting with your legs wide open. This is always a pose that we have been working on through years. It's a pose that we always come back to from the time that we were children, sitting with our legs in a V. And we think, oh my goodness, I really need to reach the floor. But you don't need to reach the floor. We want support for our body. So if you have a firm pillow, I want you to place it between your legs. If you don't have a firm pillow, that's fine. You can do the fold forward and just let yourself go that way. Okay, so my firm pillow here, when I squish it down, it is very firm. This nice bolster that I have. We sit up tall. With a nice inhale breath, we lift through our spine, elongating, and we fold forward. Fold forward, you may let your head hang, or you can turn your head and let the cheek rest on your bolster, your pillows. Having your pillows, if you have one pillow or a couple pillows, stacked up enough so it's supporting your body. You have time to adjust. So let yourself take this time to adjust however you see fit with your pillows, getting the right support, and then making your way into dragonfly. Inhaling, opening up through our back. Exhale, letting yourself go. If you are without the pillow or some support at the front and you're doing a forward fold, you may also have your elbows down to the ground and letting the forehead rest on your palms. Breathing into your back, sides of your body, front of your body. Your upper body releases into the ground. Feel it soften. Feeling the stretch through our inner thighs. And through our back. We are about halfway now through this pose. So if your cheek is resting on your pillow, you may turn your head to the other side and let the other cheek rest. As we hold this pose for longer periods of time, we're actually able to release that fascia that covers the muscle. So that is the area usually that's very tight, covering the muscle, the fascia. So we're just letting it release by holding the pose for longer. Maybe you can hear your heart rate on top of your pillow. Just hear it. Come back to your breath. Inhale breath being longer than the exhale breath being longer than the inhale breath. "45 more seconds." Now the last 15 seconds, make your way out of dragonfly, nice and slow. Yeah. Lovely big stretch there into our back and inner thighs. Push your pillows just forward. Take your hands by the side of the body, bending both the knees, windshield wiper, knees side to side. Next is half dragonfly, another pose that we would have done a lot too before, and when we were younger, when we were children. You can have your bolster or pillow over top of your leg, or without it too. You can use your elbows down to the ground, letting the forehead rest, or fold forward and let the head hang. Finding what's going to work for you. It's really nice to have a blanket rolled up underneath of the knee for support. So setting yourself up. We make our way into the pose with a forward fold. We lift up and forward fold. Let the head hang. Or you're finding that support with your prop. Here, with your if you do have a pillow or bolster on top of your leg, you may let the forehead rest onto your pillow or bolster, or your forehead's resting on your hands. Thirty more seconds. Slowly making your way out of half dragonfly and into the other side. So finding what's going to work for you again. And you do the fold forward. Let yourself go. Inhale, breath, breathing into all those tight areas. So our hamstrings here, our back, lower back. Exhale, breath, let it go. Sometimes it's really nice to just turn your palms up towards the sky. When you fold forward, it seems to really open up And opening up through the body helps you create a positive state of mind. Thirty more seconds. Slowly coming out of half dragonfly, nice and slow, very gentle, because that's a big stretch for our lower back. Okay, again with the windshield wiper, take your hands behind your bottom, the sides, and bending both of our legs, windshield wiper, knee side to side. Deer pose is next. Left leg comes in front, right leg behind. Pelvic tilt through the right side. So pelvic tilt with the right hip, pushing that hip forward. Hands may come in front. You may add a twist to the left side. Close your eyes. You may tip the head down. Continue to hold the hip flexor stretch so that pelvic tilt the right side. Turn inwards. Drawing your attention to your breath. Opening up through the front of the body with our inhale breath into the sides of the body. Exhale, releasing. Continue with working through your breath. Releasing all those areas of tension. Thirty more seconds. Gently now. And out. Deer pose. To deer pose on the other side. Right leg comes in front. Left leg behind. Same idea, pelvic tilt. You may remain here or add a little rotation, the twist. Draw the chin down, let the head hang, close your eyes. Noticing this side of your body feels similar, or maybe you need to come out of the twist a little bit. And twist a little bit deeper. Usually one side of our body, we use it a little bit more. So we would like to bring our body back into alignment with flexibility to help our balance. Reduce injuries. So breath helping yourself to release those areas of tension. Feel the front of your body open with the inhale breath. Feel yourself expand. Thirty more seconds. Gently come out of your pose, out of the twist. Take the legs forward. Windshield wiper and knee side to side. Take your legs over to the side, turn towards the front of your mat for all fours. Into cat-cow. Neutral spine, natural S curve of our spine here first. You may do a little shift through your body, so wag the tail. Come back into the heels, so shift your bottom back into the heels and forward. One more time. And then into cow. Inhale, draw your heart up. Holding this pose, keep drawing your heart up. Keep breathing. Elongating through the spine. Notice if you are overextending, that you're tipping your head really up, just draw it down a bit here. Think of it elongating through the spine, drawing your belly button in towards the spine. Your tailbone is going up, and your heart is going up. Coming out of this pose into a nice cat stretch. So from the lumbar spine, tipping it down, tailbone down, and then rounding through your back. And the head comes down to the ground, let it hang. Big cat stretch, and we hold. Slowly come out, cat stretch. Lying on our bellies. So coming down to the ground. And let the right cheek rest on mat, arms by the side. We have Shavasana on our belly. Turn your head so that the right cheek rests. Use your inhale breath to open up through the body, stretching into through our neck. Fifteen more seconds, then we'll turn our head to the other side. Gently turning your head to the other side, so letting the left cheek rest on your mat. You hold tension into stress or anything like that in through your neck muscles. This is always a nice one to do. We're letting gravity take over. Your wrists also have the chance to relax here. Release. Stretching out through the tops of our feet. Slowly coming out of Shavasana on your tummy, so prone, turning, take your arms to the front, and then you may turn your head towards the center of your mat. Take the toes down to the ground. Come back into child's pose. Maybe you can also roll over to the side and then sit back and come up to all fours. Next pose, dragon. Step forward with right hand, left hand into downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, take the right leg up towards the sky and then step forward onto the outside of the right wrist. A low lunge here, opening up through the outside of our right hip. Pushing the left heel back, and then take the knee down to the ground. Adjust however you see fit. I have two mats, so I support for my knee. We need support for our knees. You may double up the mat. You can use the knee block. I have a couple examples of knee blocks here. It's a different kind of foam. They're little pieces of foam that are all stuck together. If you'd like to have a little bit of a deeper stretch into the outside of the right hip, forearms come down to the ground. Now, last part, let the head hang. Let it go. You may have heard me say before that this was a really difficult pose for me to do when I first started yin yoga, but now I just love it so much. Opening up through the pelvis. There was something about this big opening that it did not work for my body at all. It made me feel nauseous. So, you know, things start to change as you really start to work on your flexibility and opening up. So now I do definitely love it. So it works, and it makes me feel really happy. You may notice that with yourself too, for some of the poses that we've been working through. Get your pelvis sink into the ground. With the exhale breath, let it sink. Feel the front of the left thigh and those left hip flexors opening up too. Now this pose may not work for everyone, and I didn't say, usually I like to show a couple options. If it's not working for you for your knee, you may roll over to your back and come into thread the needle. It's also called figure 4. And that would be lying on your back and the right ankle crossing over top of the left knee. And then you could use your hands to wrap around the leg and take that knee in towards the chest. Moving dragonfly, 30 more seconds, and then we take 15 seconds to make our way out. Okay, now coming out of dragon, take the hands back down, towards the mat, and stepping the right foot back. So lift the knee up and then step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Okay, here, come into three-legged dog with the left leg lifting up to the sky and step, bend through the knee and step onto the outside of the left wrist. And hold. Opening up, draw the pelvis down to the ground. Take the knee down. Hold. Feel that big opening in the left side of pelvis. A bigger opening would be forearms coming down to the ground. I will show you figure 4, threading the needle on your back here if you would like that option. Let the head hang. If you were in a nice big lunge and then you lowered the knee down to the ground, you will feel this big opening through the front of your thigh and the hip flexors. If your knee is a little bit closer to the heel, right knee is a little bit closer to the left heel, you won't feel it into the front of the thigh or hip flexors as much, but that's okay. Continue to turn inwards, use your breath, focus on the breath. When you exhale, let the body go. Thirty more seconds we hold and then 15 seconds to come out. Okay, gently coming out of dragon. Your forearms down, then your hands come back and take the knee up and then step left foot back. Downward facing dog and then all fours. Roll over to the side of the body and make your way onto your back. Supine, right here we hold. Take the knees into the chest for cradle. Lovely stretch, always for our lower back when our knees are into the chest. Relax your arms down to the ground. Turn inwards. Your knees just come out a little bit here to the sides. So you can feel your pelvis, lower back. A little deeper into the ground, letting go. 30 more seconds, we hold, and then 15 seconds to make our way out. Okay, coming out. Take the right foot down to the ground. Left foot down to the ground. Take the right foot wider. So step out the right foot, step out the left foot wider than the hips. Arms are come down by the sides and windshield wiper knees side to side. Roll. Come back to the center. Extend your legs straight on the floor, mat. Okay. Banana asana, making our banana shape. Walking the legs over to the left corner of the mat. Upper body, keeping the pelvis down, and then upper body walking it over to the left corner of your mat. Make that banana shape. A little banana shape through the side of our body. We stretch. Arms may come overhead. You can have the arms overhead and your hands are not, you're not holding onto your hands, or you may hold onto your hands, or you can hold onto opposite elbows. Just seeing what's going to work for you. Arms may be even wider, so you can have more of an opening to the upper body. You may cross your left or your right ankle over top of the left ankle. More of a stretch into the side, right side of our body, all along the right side of our body. Turn inwards. Wherever your mind is busy, turn inwards and take notice of your breath. Sometimes it's nice to count out our breath. Inhaling for 4 counts, exhaling for 6 counts. We hold for 30 more seconds and then 15 seconds to come out. And we're making our way out and crossing your ankles. Releasing the arms down to the side of the body. Walking your upper body back to the center, mat. And lower body, walk the legs back. Into the other side. The legs over to the left, or sorry, to the right corner of your mat. And upper body over to the right corner of your mat. We have our banana shape. Arms again may come over top of your head and then hold onto the hands or elbows or release your arms down to the ground. This side, if you bring your arms over, it may be easier for you to get your elbows down to the ground than the other side, maybe not. Could be the same for both sides, just taking note of that. Pressing your ankle, with left ankle over top of the right ankle. We stretch into the left side of our body. Let's stretch into the rib cage. Feel the stretch all along the side of our leg. 30 more seconds, we hold. And 15 seconds to come up. Okay, coming out of Banana Asana, uncrossing your ankles if they are crossed, releasing the arms down to the side of the body, just on the chest, and then walking your upper body back to center. The lower body back to the center. Take the legs back. Bending through your right leg, bending through the left leg. Take the knees in towards the chest and hold. Back to cradle here. Improving our flexibility. Helps us to work through our organs too, so that they properly work. You may have felt a little bit constipated before you moved in through the stretches, and it really does to help constipation, being bloated. And slowly take the right foot down, the left foot down towards the ground. Our final pose, Shavasana. Feel a nice big opening up through the body with Shavasana, and then letting go. Shavasana, maybe you be with the knees bent or legs straight. So taking the right leg to the right corner of the mat, left leg to the left corner of the mat. Arms by the side of the body, and then turning your palms up towards the sky. You may have your legs up the wall. They could be resting against a wall. You may come into a seated pose. Will work for you. This is a good time to place a warm blanket over top of your body. So I have a nice wool blanket. I'm going to place it over top of my blanket. Over top of my body. My mind is working. saying the wrong things. Okay, so getting ourselves ready. Close your eyes. Your facial muscles soften. Lips together, then they part. Inhale, breath in. And then exhale, breath, and let your body go. Feel yourself sink deeper. Your mind wanders. I will call you back from Shavasana when it is time. Slowly coming back. Noticing the surface you're lying on. Any sounds around you. Start to wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. And noticing your breath. Shift through the body. If you're lying on your back, you may bend through the knees and roll, take your right arm above your head and roll over. Needle, and take a moment. And making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Placing your hands to your heart center. We sit tall. Flexibility is so great for our posture. Greater strength. So here we sit tall. We feel happy. We feel calm. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing your practice with me. Namaste.